can't believe this. Oh. Hey guys, it's Desi. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I created this super cute but super soft lilac look. I have literally been obsessed with lilac for the past few weeks. I have no idea why. So I just had to create a look for you. And it was honestly so good. Like, it felt so good to create a look because I haven't created one in so long. I haven't made a video for you guys in so long. I've just been really like busy and just focusing on myself. I went on vacation. So yeah, I really want to get back to creating videos for you guys. I miss it so much. And if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And let's go ahead and get started. So I already did my eyebrows off camera using the Boldface Better Brows Brow Pencil. This one is in the shade B7, which I think is like, it's like a lighter like chocolate brown. I think it's called chocolate brown. I'm not too sure because it says on the box, and I threw the box away, but it is like a lighter brown. And then I also cleaned up under my brows using what I normally use, my Dior Skin Forever Concealer. This one is in the shade 021. So now to prime my eyes for the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Anastacio Beverly Hills Eye Primer. And I have the mini because I can never, ever find the full-size one anywhere. Even though it's been out for such a long time, like you figured like the hype would be over and they'd finally have some full-size ones, but I can never find a full-size one. So I am just using the mini. So I'm just gonna be packing this on to my lid. And then to pack it onto my lid, I'm using my go-to brush. This is the MAC 252S. You can't even see the name because I use it so often that it's literally rubbed off. So I put way too much on this eye, so I'm just gonna be putting it on this eye also. And I'm just patting it and blending it in with the concealer. Look at me! It's all good. Okay guys, so I clearly used way too much, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna be using my mini Hank and Henry sponge and just blending everything out and packing it onto the lid, and then I'm gonna be cleaning up the excess under my eyes. I cleaned most of it up. I still look very crazy, but it is what it is. So for today's look, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Pastels. This is the Lilac palette. As you can see, I've already played with it a little bit, and I honestly really like this palette so much. I don't know why, but I've just been obsessed with lilac. Like, I bought a lilac dress, lilac scrunchies. I bought this lilac sponge today. I've just been obsessed with lilac. I don't know what is wrong with me. So enough of me talking, let's go ahead and get started. The first shade I'm gonna be using, The first shade I'm gonna be using is this darker purple right here, and I'm just gonna be taking it on a big fluffy blending brush. This is the Bella NG323 brush. This is one of my go-to brushes. It's so affordable and it's so easy to work with. And this one has lasted me years, literally years. So yeah, so I'm gonna be dipping into this shade right here. And I'm just gonna be blending it into the outer corner of my eye, into my crease. Okay, so now that that color is blended onto the eye, I'm going to be going in with this lighter purple shade right here on the same brush and just using that to soften up the edges of the darker purple. So now that I softened everything up and blended everything out, I do want to go back in with the darker purple that I used and just intensify it a little bit more. So So I'm going to be taking it on this smaller blending brush, kind of just to concentrate it into the area I want, which is the outer corner right here. And I'm just going to be dipping into the darker purple one more time and just adding a little bit more. And now I'm just going to go blend it out one more time with the same fluffy brush, but I'm not going to be taking any product onto the brush. Now that everything is finally all blended out and it is the way I like it, I'm going to be packing on this super pastel lilac color onto the inner corners of my eyes. And to pack it on, I'm going to be using this flat brush. It is the Luxie 246 brush. I'm just going to be taking the product onto the brush and packing it in the shape of a cut crease. I just didn't go in and actually cut my crease because I want this to be kind of a softer look. So I'm going to pack it in the shape of a cut crease and then blend any harsh lines that I get. So you can already see the difference on how much it really brightens up the look. Now I'm gonna be taking a little bit of the lighter purple, which was the second shade that we used, and I'm just gonna be taking it on to this smaller blending brush, just very, very little of it, and blending out the harsh line. And then I'm also gonna be taking a little bit of the darker purple on to the bigger blending brush, just very, very little, and just blending out the harsh line where the lilac meets the purple. So now that the entire look is on and it's all blended out, if you do want something more subtle, you can go ahead and stop here. But if you're extra like me, y'all already know I'm gonna add some shimmer. So using a silicone brush, I use a silicone brush because it applies shimmers a lot better than a brush with bristles, just because the shimmer kind of gets caught in the hair and it doesn't really transfer over. And this just applies shimmer and glitters really, really nicely. The first shimmer I'm gonna be applying is this darker purple one right here. So I'm just gonna be taking a little bit on to the brush. So you can't really see it, but I took about that much on to the brush. And I'm just gonna be packing it on to my eye right here where the lilac and the darker purple meet. Like, it's just like a very subtle, like extra little. But now on top of this shimmer shade, I'm going to be packing this lighter purple one just to give it like an extra pop, because the lighter shades do tend to stand out a lot more. I'm just gonna be patting it on to where I packed on the purple. So now that the shimmer is packed on, this is the completed eye look. I just need to add lashes. So first, before I add my lashes, I'm going to be adding mascara. And lately, I've been using the Anastacio Beverly Hills mascara, and I honestly really, really, really like it. So I'm just going to be applying a thin layer to my eyelashes. And for lashes, I'm going to be using the Bold Face lashes. These are in the style Give Me More. They're very natural, but they're also very wispy. So I'm gonna go ahead and be applying my lashes off camera. But if you guys do want to learn how to apply lashes, I do have 2 different lash tutorials. So you can go ahead and go back and watch those if you do need help applying your lashes. Okay, so now the lashes are on. As you can see, they are like really natural. I'm used to ginormous lashes that are touching my eyebrows, but I actually like it because the focus isn't really on the lashes, it's more on the look, but at the same time the lashes bring everything together. But now we are moving on to the face. So the first thing I'm going to be using is the Porefessional Hydrating Primer. And I'm just going to be putting it on to my face. When you do this, you want to make sure your hands are clean, because I've had like eyeshadow or mascara or something on my eyes before, and then I just rub it on my entire face. So you just want to make sure your hands are clean. And I like this primer because it is very moisturizing. So my skin will not get dry even if I'm wearing a matte foundation. I still feel very hydrated. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the foundation I always use. I would like to show you guys more like different products, but I don't really purchase foundation that often just because I don't really wear foundation like on an everyday basis. I literally only wear it when I do my YouTube videos or if I make a post for Instagram. So I kind of just have like all the same foundations. But if you guys do want to see me test out some other foundations, leave a comment down below and let me know what foundations you guys would like to see me try out. So for foundation, I'm just using my go-to. This is the Dior Skin Nude Air Foundation. This one is in the shade 030. I like this foundation personally because it is really lightweight and it's not like 100% full coverage, but I've been tanning a lot, so hopefully it still matches my skin tone. And then to blend it out, I'm going to be using these cute new sponges that I bought today. I saw them at Ulta and I absolutely had to have them because I'm just obsessed with the pastels lately. So this is the Real Techniques limited edition Cashmere Dreams Complexion Sponge Duo. So it comes with one for liquid and one for powder. So the purple one is for liquid and the pink one is for powder. So I'll probably be using the pink one to set my face. You can't really tell, but it has like little fur on it, like little hairs compared to, oh, you could see like side by side compared to this one. Like it has like little fibers on it. But I love Real Technique sponges. They're honestly so bomb. Personally, I prefer them over Beauty Blender and they're half the price. Both of these were $10, so it was like $10 for the pack versus a Beauty Blender, which is $20. And I was comparing them like side by side and a Beauty Blender was like half this size. So I'm gonna go wet my sponge and then I will be back to put on my foundation. One thing about this foundation is it smells like a baby, like baby powder. Okay, so now that my foundation is applied, I'm going to be applying my concealer, which is the same concealer that I use to clean my brows. So I'm just gonna be applying a very little amount. And I'm going to be using my flat brush just to spread it out. And I'm going to be going in with my mini Hank & Henry sponge and just blending it out. A very important thing before setting your under eyes is to make sure that all your creases are gone. And to do that, you would just blend it out really well. And it's 100% natural for your eye to have creases. So just try and make sure that they're blended out as well as they can be. And then you're just gonna take your setting powder and pack them onto the crease before they start creasing again. So the setting powder that I'm using is the Everyday Vacay Powder by Ciate London. And I'm just going to take it on to the flat square side of the Hank & Henry Beauty Blender. I'm just going to pack it on to my under eye. And my eyelash is coming off, I know. I'm going to fix it right now while my eye is setting. So I'm going to let that sit while I fix my eyelash. So I want my makeup to look really flawless today and look just kind of like airbrushed. So what I'm going to do before I apply the rest of my face, I'm going to be taking this big fluffy brush. This is an Aesthetica brush. I don't know what number it is because it is rubbed off. And I'm just going to be dipping it into my setting powder and just dusting it over my entire face. And this is just to set the whole face and really give you like that airbrush finish. So I just took some onto the brush and I'm just going to be tapping it off most of the excess just so it doesn't make a mess all over the place, especially because I chose to wear a black shirt. So yeah, I'm just gonna be tapping it off and just running it over my whole face. So now for bronzer, I'm using my go-to bronzer. This is the Anastacio Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Saddle. And I'm going to be taking it on my usual brush, which is the Alamar Cosmetics bronzer brush. I'm just going to be taking it on to the corner of the brush and just following it under my cheekbone. For me, I can naturally see where my cheekbone is, but if you can't, just go like this and put it on right where it like goes in, like your face should show you. Then I'm also going to be bronzing my jawline and just a little bit on my forehead. And now using the sponge, I'm just going to be wiping away while also packing in the powder under my eyes. Now before I do my blush and highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and be finishing up my eyes by adding my bottom eyeshadow. So the first brush I'm going to be using is the flat brush that we used to apply the lilac. And I did go ahead and just wipe that off. And I'm gonna be taking the darkest purple, which is this one right here. I'm just gonna be tightlining it under my eye. And now I'm going to be going in with this fluffier flat brush, and I'm going to be taking the lighter purple right here and just blending out the darker purple. And then to brighten up my inner corners, I'm going to be taking the lilac shade and just packing it on to the inner corner of my eye. And now to just go the extra step and make it really pop, I'm going to be using the NYX Faux Whites. This is in the shade Lavender Blush, and it's honestly just a really light lavender. It looks white, but it's like an off-white but lavender toned. I literally make the ugliest face doing this ever. And honestly, let me just say now, this is my first time trying this eyeliner. I do not know what is different about it because I always use the NYX liners just because they come in a huge variety of colors. But that one was so easy to apply and so creamy. Usually the other ones I have to pull my eye down and like put pressure and do that. And I literally did that with one hand, just wiping it across a few times. And she's on. So now for mascara on my bottom lashes, I'm going to be using the Hank & Henry Clout Mascara. And I really like this one for my bottom lashes because it does have a smaller brush. So it's just a lot easier for me to get it on and not get mascara all over the place. So I just applied a very light coat of mascara. I don't want it to be too dramatic because I really do want the lilac to pop. Okay, so that is it for the eyes. Now let's finish the rest of this face and be done with it. So for blush, this is my go-to blush. This is the Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio. And as you can tell, which one is my favorite. This is in the shade Isla. And I'm going to be taking it on my Alamar Cosmetics Blush Brush. I'm just going to be swiping it across the apples of my cheeks. And I'm going to apply a little bit to the tip of my nose, a little bit to the chin, and a little bit to the forehead. Just because when you put foundation, it's very flat, and you really want to restore the color in your face. And it just gives you like that, like flirty look. Okay, so now for highlight, I'm going to be using the Tom Ford Sheer Highlighting Duo. And I'm going to be using this pinkish shade right here, kind of to just go on top of the blush to just add like a shimmering effect to my blush. So now, almost last is going to be lips. So the duo that I'm going to be using for my lips today, I'm going to be using the Beeper lip liner from ColourPop, and I'm going to be pairing it with the Single AF lipstick from Morphe. Oh my gosh, I was about to line my lips with this. So, lastly, for setting spray, I'm going to be using the Matte Prep and Prime Fix Plus Matte. But the only thing is, like, to shake this thing is literally like a freaking workout because there's powder at the bottom which coats your face, giving it like the really matte effect. But like, you gotta shake it really, really, really good because if not, the powder squirts on your face and then it dries like in little white circles. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you guys like this look or any other looks or products or anything you would like me to try. And I will see you guys in my next video. Oh my god, it died. Oh, I did. Wow, I really just noticed that my eyelash was lifting.